I would be kind of a jerk if I didn't say I have a lot of followers on social media, and that's great. But it is certainly not something that defines who I am, and I certainly don't have as many as somebody else, and that's really, to me, I don't, because of where I'm at in my life and how I feel about the world around me, I don't look at somebody who has a million more followers than I do as an enemy or whatever else. I think that it's very difficult though for many people, particularly young people, to not see statistics as reality because it's so much of it. And I don't care if I am shedding light on something that people don't want to talk about, but I have been told directly in meetings that I've had, professional settings, that things are based on statistics. And that, well, you have this amount of things and this amount of things, and this person has this amount of things, so this thing will probably do well based on that. And so people, I'm sure most people know, but maybe some young people don't know, that a lot of what is given to you and what is promoted to you is directly based on who you're following and what their follower count is, and the fact that they're even in that in the first place is because of how many followers they have. That can be maddening. That can turn you as a young kid into someone who's just like, oh, I have to chase this. And I totally get that. And like I said, I'm so fortunate that the number of people who are interested in my art follow me and are interested in. I'm the worst social media user. I post like once every 2 weeks at the most. I mean, I should do way more. It's just hard for me to keep up because, I don't think about it as much as I should. Maybe I don't know, but I feel a sense of responsibility to the younger audience to say, look, this isn't an episode of Black Mirror, not yet. We aren't in a situation where your life is dictated by pixels, and we're not in a situation where your life is dictated by the exact number of followers you have, unless the career that you're going into is a social media career, in which case then you can understand that, okay, that is important, but you can qualify it and kind of micromanage the situation because you know that that's what you want to do. For the average person, if you're in high school, it doesn't matter if you have 1,500 followers or 0 followers if your ambition is to be a veterinarian. It's not going to change anything for your schooling. If your ambition is to be a social media star, then by all means spend all day. That's all you got to do, But, it was hugely helpful to me when I was younger, MySpace being our social media platform in those days. I would sit and I would comment and I would add and I would, whatever I could do to try to build the network. And so I get it. It's a different world than it was now for these teenagers than it was when I was a teenager. But I think that the ethic and the idea is still there of you're trying to build your community and you want all these people around you. And I get it. But it shouldn't become something that's difficult. As far as the dark side of social media goes, I don't know how we can change where we're at now. We all know that a great deal of social media is negative. By and large, even things that are perceived as positive are still negative in a sense. And the infighting because of those positivity police continues. You see somebody that says something that is on a surface level positive, and then someone has a problem with the wording of that, which then creates an issue where someone's feelings get hurt over the tweet back to the wording of it, and then some troll comes in or whatever and says something negative to the two people who are already arguing. It can take literally anything as innocuous as a happy birthday tweet to turn into a negative exchange. The only way that I've found it is possible to navigate those waters is to truly understand that the only people who really dictate the way that you feel about yourself and the way that you handle yourself and control the things that you post or don't post is you. If I sat and looked at every comment that is said about me or my family or my wife or my dog or whatever else, I'm sure within an hour I would be convinced that I'm the worst person of all time. It's just the way it is. And I don't know how to fix it. And I don't know that anybody knows how to fix it. And I think it's probably going to continue to get worse. But I think what we have to do is, as a culture, accept the fact that you're not going to get validation from a comment section. No matter, and I say this to friends of mine all the time. They'll post something or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I wonder if people like this thing." And I go, "Well, what does it matter? Because if you like it, you're not going to get more validation from a positive comment. The only thing you're going to get is kind of like, oh, good, I'm glad." I'm glad that that person agrees with me on this. And then a negative comment comes and go, oh, wait a second, I thought people agreed with me on this. So I'm not saying I don't appreciate people leaving nice stuff on my Instagram. It's just that their nice stuff is a nice agreement with the thing that I've shared with them. Whereas the negative stuff bears no consequence because it's not a conversation. Me posting a picture of myself is not a conversation with you.